I have found it is far more effective to make the decision to meet people where they're at rather than trying to force others to meet me where I'm at. My reasoning behind this is, one, we have no control over other people. We can only control our decisions, We can only control how we choose to live our lives. We can influence other people, have influence over other people, but people are going to do what they want to do, or what they feel is. People are going to do what they choose to do. I'll leave it at that. And I think for me, like, just recognizing other times where I've tried to force people to meet me where I'm at, it just turns into a debate, or it turns into like a power struggle, or just like a feeling of isolation and frustration, and me like either getting to the point where I'm just done with the situation, or done with the person, or done with the conversation. Whereas if I meet someone where they're at, it's easier also for me to see the situation for what it is, rather than like what I'm wanting or hoping for it to become. It's just easier for me to it's easier for me to identify objective truth when I meet people where they're at. And sometimes I want to help people catch up to where I'm at, or I want them to understand where I'm at in hopes that they help me catch up to where they're at. Like, it's a lot of like trying to change that current moment or situation or whatever. But I find that meeting people where they're at, it allows for greater genuine connection, even if it's a brief moment, like with a stranger or whatever. If someone is frustrated, it allows for greater compassion and kindness to exist. It helps me not take things personally, because it avoids the feeling of like, why are you being this way? Because if I'm meeting them where they're at, okay, let me not make it so like theoretical. Let me put a specific situation to this. Like, let's say I'm working and there's a coworker who is not chatty. This person does not want to be social, and they're making it abundantly clear. I am a very social person and I love talking to people. Instead of like engaging this person in conversation when I'm already getting vibes that they don't want to talk, leaving it alone. I'm choosing to meet them where they're at, rather than like forcing a hello or how are you. Like the hello, how are you is not the problem, like the greeting, whatever. But like asking a question, or like doing like initiating a conversation, and then being frustrated that they turn around and give a short response. It's like, well, I mean, they don't want to talk. That's okay. So that's an example. Another example could be if I'm in a public space with a stranger and they make a rude comment, leaving it alone. Which, I mean, I'm not saying these are things I struggle with. I'm just giving examples to like make it easier to follow what I'm saying, rather than just like talk in this like I don't know, theoretical space. But yeah, like instead of engaging with people and trying to find out why they're being rude or what caused them to be the way that they are, just accept that they are the way that they are and move forward from there. It is not my job to heal wounded people. They have to have the desire to heal themselves and seek healing, and some people don't. Some people are okay living within misery because they've is familiar for them. Like misery is familiar for them and it's their comfort zone and they don't want to break out of it. And I have to accept that, meet them where they're at. I don't have to participate. I don't have to engage in that. But yeah, so meeting them where they're at in those situations for me is just accepting that and then making decisions based off of that, rather than be like, but what if, if they were to XYZ, they wouldn't be so miserable. They could slowly work out of this if they did this. That's not for me to point out to them or to bring to their attention when they have not even shown any interest in that type of information or those types of resources. The best thing that I can do is also meet myself where I'm at and just recognize that I deserve to be surrounded by people I feel safe with, and I deserve to be in environments where I feel celebrated and appreciated, not just tolerated. And just by slowly making these decisions and creating a life that I don't need to escape from. I'm only talking like that because I'm inserting Facebook sayings, Facebook post quotes into this video. But that's going to allow me to tap into my full potential, and living life as my authentic self will enable me to help have the greatest output of good. It is truly my mission to reduce the amount of suffering there is in the world. But I have to focus less on like targeting the people who are in my immediate lives and, not devalue myself in that way, because that just opens the doors to people using me or taking advantage of me for their own personal gain. I want to model for my daughter and for others that it's possible to live a healthy life. It might mean taking risks and breaking out, of comfort zones and habits, like coping habits that have been formed that are also detrimental to self-growth. Like, yeah, it might feel comfortable, but like you're hurting yourself in the long run. Just showing other people it's possible to live a life, like I said before, that we're all like looking back on me, living the life that I'm excited about and I don't feel the need to ever escape from. So by doing that, motivating others to do the same for themselves, even if it means immediate short-term discomfort.